Hello and welcome to Cravings. This week we're going to take a look at a traditional Thanksgiving dish with a bit of a twist, and that is garlic whipped potatoes. To be honest with you guys, it's my personal favorite way of making potatoes, and I think if you give it a shot this Thanksgiving, it may well become your personal favorite as well. So we're going to go ahead and dive right in here and start off by washing 5 pounds worth of russet potatoes. Now you don't have to use russet potatoes if you don't want to. You can also use white potatoes if you have them available. But I would like to give you one piece of advice. When you go to the store to pick out your potatoes, make sure that you find the largest potatoes that you can. And the reason is that the larger the potato is, the easier it is to hold, the easier it is to peel, and the easier it is to keep it from dropping down there into the abyss that is the garbage can. So once we've got all of our potatoes peeled and cleaned, we're going to go ahead and basically quarter them off into sections of either 8 slices per potato or maybe 6 if they're smaller, and prep those to add those to our pot of boiling water. And since our water's boiling, we're going to go ahead and add those. Now I'm going to add them with that wire mesh black colander. You don't have to use a colander obviously if you don't have one, but you can also use something like a pot or anything that's going to prevent you from splashing the water. Small dogs like the one you see up there at the top of your screen very much appreciate not having boiling water splash down onto them while they're looking for table scraps. So definitely recommend using either a small colander like the one you see right there, or a simple saucepan to add your potatoes to your pot of boiling water so you don't make a big mess or anything else like that, because they can produce quite a you'll have to trust me on that. So I'm going to go ahead and give the potatoes a quick stir here and let them sit for probably about 12 to 15 minutes before I check them. And I've had potatoes be done in as soon as 12 minutes, and sometimes they've taken as long as 18 to 20 minutes. A good way to check is to watch the color water, and once you see it turn kind of cloudy and murky like that, that's your first indication that they're getting pretty close to being done. And then your second indication is you can take like a spoon like you just saw me do there a second ago and kind of try and break up the potato, and if it easily breaks apart, or if you can easily make an indentation with a spoon, that means they're pretty much done. So we're going to go ahead and add all of our potatoes here to our mixing bowl, and I actually have a KitchenAid mixer that I use. I absolutely love it because of the number of attachments and bells and whistles and everything else that you can add to it. And right now I'm going to start off by adding 3/4 of a stick of butter to my 5 pounds of potatoes. That's usually not enough. By the end, I'll typically add about a full stick to 1 1/4 sticks. But what I like to do is I like to mix, taste, and then add more. Mix, taste, and add more. And by doing that, you make sure that you never overflavor the potatoes and ruin your entire batch, because you don't want to have to run back to the store and get a whole other 5-pound bag of potatoes. What you see me adding there is obviously the kosher salt, which I like to use as opposed to ordinary table salt or even sea salt. I really like the kosher salt. And then also the garlic. Now what I'm adding is actually the secret ingredient of my garlic whipped potatoes, and that is heavy whipping cream. And the reason I add that is because it really gives it a light, creamy taste. And so what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to kind of see where the potatoes are at. And after taking that little taste, yep, they're going to need pretty much more of everything. They're pretty bland. So I'm going to go ahead and put in another 1/4 stick of butter, and add about a little more than a teaspoon of salt, I should say kosher salt, and also add a little bit more of that heavy whipping cream. We'll just let that kind of mix up there real quick. Now, one of the things that I wanted to stress the importance of was obviously how you get air into the mixture. Now, the air is going to be put in there by your whisk attachment. We're going to go ahead and mix that up here real quick. One quick note as well, the potatoes, as you're tasting them, are not going to have their full flavor until they've sat for a little while. Most people don't serve the potatoes immediately on Thanksgiving or when they're having dinner or anything else. So the flavor of the potatoes is going to get stronger and stronger from the garlic and salt and everything else like that. that's pretty much all there is to it. And if you would like the recipe ingredients and stuff like that, please visit our website. I hope you enjoyed watching CJ's Cravings. And if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them on the forum. And we'll see you next time on Cravings.